Great, and a very beautiful morning, and welcome to the Coffee Break Conversation. From startup to success, navigating the path to the business growth. Joining us in this beautiful conversation is Daniel Armstrong Kaliva. He is the CEO of Raising Seed CO Limited, and we're going to get more of the beautiful conversation. How did he manage to become a successful person in his business, and what advice would he give to all the viewers out there who are desiring to start up a business? What are the strategies? What are the challenges? And are you able to endure the losses that we hear most of the business people who are a success have gone through otherwise? Good to see you, Mr. Daniel.
Oh, thank you.
It's been quite a long time of having you, but thank God to have you back, and say hi to someone who's watching this program.
Thank you so much, Rita, for having me. It's such a pleasure being at Family TV.
Great.
It's been quite a while, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I want to say I'm happy.
Amen.
I'm really happy to be here. And I want to greet all our viewers this morning. I want to send them Christian greetings. How are you? I know they cannot respond to me like they are fine or so. But believing by the Spirit that they are responding fine, not so fine, fair, all these things happen. But generally, we're so grateful to God for keeping us alive and well, and always making progress here and there. Yes.
Daniel is known to be one of the people, a person who is more. You are known by one of the person who's more into music, the harmonic studio, and now we are hearing that you are the CEO of the Raising Seed CO Limited. How does that come about?
It's more of knowing, Rita, there's something I've always told people, and I guess at this point it's more proven.
Yes,
we're given more than one. Everyone has more than one talents, more than one gifts, if I may say, and so your level of limitedness is what determines how far you can go.
Exactly.
But I feel like everyone has more than just one thing to do, at least in this life, before they can quit. And so you find that, okay, there are those gifts that school helped you to discover from yourself. And then there are those things that you yourself could see or hear about yourself or feel, for that matter. So even if you asked me when I started singing, that was childhood,
Childhood, yes.
You play around with teens and sing around, those, childish songs, and then you sing on speech days.
Yes.
I mean, they begin picking on you even in school, slowly by slowly. So as you grow, you discover that this is something that was given to you. You don't actually do much for it to come out as a nice thing. But then, of course, there's also this natural zeal of you being innovative about other things. So around 2013, I remember I had just graduated with a bachelor's degree in business administration. And I've never been employed, Rita. Yes.
That's interesting.
I tried out several, the applications.
You were
if I could actually tell you the story.
Yes.
You see this English I'm speaking? I thought I was really good at speaking English first. I thought I could work on a radio. And for starters, it was more of a fancy thing, I just loved it. I loved it. Maybe radio or TV, like you.
And you're good at it.
I admire that. I still admire it. Though, of course, when you grow, the money factor comes into play.
Exactly.
And so you now start to see that you're an adult, you have a lot of responsibility, and so. But anyway, before that came about, there was the failure for me to get absorbed into the employment system. And I don't know, maybe it was God's plan in a way, because think about it. How many applications would you have to write for you to understand that this is not for you? You know,
Yes,
we will
yes.
call you, we'll get back to you. Well, you know all those things
Yes,
they
yes,
say.
yes.
And so it came to a point where I just thought to myself, even before getting done with a degree, I was still at campus. I noticed there were students who could come driving, and I came walking. Well, that's not the point. But the point was that I really struggled through school, especially university, because at some point I had to pay for my own tuition. And so, campus doesn't end with tuition alone.
Yes.
It has other things that you have to always pay for. So you must be flexible with your incomes. And I was this wise boy who knew, what campus was all about. Always doing the work.
Yes.
Always understanding what, the lecturers were teaching. And so everyone could always come out of a lecture and say, I didn't understand. That was complicated.
Yes.
I was like, I have understood. Even when I hadn't understood, I made sure my attitude is, I have understood. Because I had I didn't have a plan B of not understanding. There wasn't anything for me to not have understood. That wasn't there for me. And at the end of the day, I had to understand, even if I hadn't understood in real time. Had to take time to understand, so that I could explain the work to the ones who claimed they didn't understand.
Exactly.
And that came at a cost. So I'm explaining to you, you have to show gratitude, Yes.
The work of surviving.
Yes. But then, now, can I talk about Watoto Church?
Yes,
because there, I met a friend. We were, I was at campus, but at the same time we were singing harmonics. Yeah, so we went around different churches, and so I met a friend there. Let me mention his name. Cornelius. That was his name. Very, very, very memorable guy in my life. He changed my life because for about a month or two, we were all over the place. And so he came to us. By then we were selling music CDs, of our gospel music. We go minister, and then we tell people, please support our ministry, buy our music. We're selling our CD at 10,000. Apparently CDs are no longer trending.
They're no longer trending.
Yes, but he bought our music. And then he got down to me personally. He was like, okay, now Armstrong, tell me about yourself. What are you doing? And in fact, it was so surprising because Cornelius had a life that was more fulfilled than mine was at that time. Yet I was older and seemingly much more exposed, I would say. But I think my issue was about exposure. It was about mentorship, and also family support and other support that you could get around. And so I talked to him about my problem. Cornelius, what is happening with me is I sleep on the couch at my sister's place, and it's hard. And I have to leave that and go to campus and study. But before I go, I used to actually study in the evening. Because during the day I had to, hustle and work out a life. And so he told me, what do you want to do? I told him I want to farm. I want to farm. Yes. By then, my inspiration was about the day I passed by Nakasero Market.
Down here?
Yes, this very one here. And I asked for a watermelon.
Nice.
And the guy told me it was 8,000. So I was like, what? A watermelon, one goes for 8,000. So I was like, okay, I think I should go and grow watermelons now. Yes. So Cornelius promised me 1 million shillings by then. And that was...
it was just a startup of that?
No, it wasn't a loan. It was money given. Start. Do something.
Great.
Yeah, I actually tried to invoke the loan thing in him, but to him, he didn't see it as it should be a loan. I will talk to you about the danger of starting with loans if, you know, we go on talking about this whole thing. Yeah, but for starters, anyone that is, you know, inspired to do something, it's always important that there's a seed. There's a seed they start with, away from do something and pay me back, because then there we don't know whether even what you have done has brought results yet. Yes. So he gave me, for starters, he gave me half of it. By then the dollar was at 2,500. So he gave me $200. That's
which year was that? The year?
We're talking 2013 now. Yes. Okay. We're out of school and, you know, we're singing everywhere. There's times we could even get into he had a Noah by then. We could drive and go to Seroma school. He was an OB there. So we could go, he could preach and I could sing. We could pray for those kids that come back. And so it was easy for me to tell him, I have some land in Mukono. Yes. If I can just get money to
do something,
buy seeds, you know, all these things. And I intended to farm myself, like use my own hands, because of course I knew how to dig, though it didn't look like me. Even now, it doesn't look like I can hold a hoe and really dig. But I do, I can. Okay, lately not so much, but I used to before. So he gives me that money. Rita, you know what I did firsthand? I ran to Container Village and get watermelon seeds.
You can imagine.
The very first thing I did. Wow. And I left, I got into a taxi, I went to Mukono, and I spent the night meditating upon what I would do. And very early in the morning, got myself to the garden, and I planted the very first 2 acres of watermelon. The whole total acreage was 4 acres that I did. And the first 2 were, you know, ahead of the second 2, you know. And I say from there, 500,000 pushed me for about a month. So he called me, you know, someone who really cares.
Yes, and mine's about.
I wasn't even calling him to say, hey, Cornelius, the promise. No. He was following up. And so it really gets me to the point of, in life, we always need to be people who try to pay things forward, you know?
Yes.
Don't think about being paid back, you know. There's always that paying forward thing. He did something that I just couldn't understand even up to now, you know. Young, my age, you know, and someone makes a promise and they fulfill, you don't bug them, you don't call them. And so he calls after a month. Hey Daniel, how is, you know, the farm doing? I thought I should give you the rest of the money so that you could.
Great. Well.
So we met around, there was a place, I can't really recall, around Kampala or Bulwao, next to, by then Barclays Bank was still around here, yes. So he got the other 500 and he still gave it to me. And so to me, I had these 2 acres, working within the first 500,000. And so him giving me the rest of the 500,000 got me to add another 2 acres to what I was doing. And so it was a boost. And my head was telling me I should have bigger output. Yes. And that's what I did. I planted more and cared for this one that I had already planted. But it didn't succeed right away from there. Yes.
Now that's where the problem comes in, from we the starters of the business. Maybe before you continue, the land that you had, was it yours or it was a family inheritance? Someone will have to ask someone will be asking that question.
It was my father's land, it wasn't mine.
Oh, father's
land. Yes, I don't even want to use the word inherited, because right now it's no longer there.
It's no longer
There's
there.
a long story towards, you know, when your father dies, there's much that changes. But anyway, thank God I had grown up already, so I don't have so much to say, oh, I wish. No. My father left me a mature person. I had already stood on my own, so his resting was about him going to sort his issues with God, but he had done his job in me already. Yes. And so, the principle from that story should be that don't expect the thing you do for the first time to succeed
immediately. After investing in.
But don't give up at the same time. Let it be, an experience for you to learn. Because at the end of the day, it's hard for you to learn from without the system.
Yes.
You have to be in that system so that you can learn. Even for any other investment that someone could look at, it could be something that they lay out for you. You're an investor, you have a lot of money and you want to invest it. But it's until you get into that business that you will learn certain things. You cannot just read a paper and say, now I know what it takes, say, to rear chicken. No, you don't. You have to keep some to learn about the diseases, the challenges, the predators, so much to learn. And the reward of learning is that with time, you become a champion of what you have learned. So the hands-on kind of system is much more better than what we used to have, let's say in class, where you have very big books full of notes, but you cannot apply any of that. So with the story, the first 2 acres did well. Yes, they did well. I had very nice fruits. I used to take pictures. I was very proud of what I had done. Then it came to selling.
Outputting into the market.
Yes, that was the problem now. The same market where I had picked inspiration is where I went now to sell again. Nakasero.
Yes.
I don't know if that guy is still there, but he really taught me a very, very important lesson that I'll never forget. So I go to him, I tell him, you know what? I have very nice watermelons. Are you going to buy? He was like, yes, I will buy. But bring me a sample. So you see, I come, Mukono, here, then go back, pick a sample. I went back and picked the sample. And I brought the sample to him. Oh, good. So when are you bringing the whole thing, 2 acres was something, maybe. So I loaded the first truck. We call them elves, that blue truck. In most cases, we use them to deliver sand and bricks. But I used that. So I brought watermelons to this guy. And you know how the truck is not yours.
I know you have to pay.
You have to pay. But now you're cautious of time.
Yes.
And so what he did was, he did a very nasty thing. When I delivered, I found him there in the market, and he told me, oh, you've brought the melons. Oh, good. So he pretended like he didn't have time for me at that time again. So he kept on moving around and then picking one and talking to his friends. You go and talk to that farmer. Discourage him. Show him what he has brought is not as good, so that,
So sad.
And they succeeded on that. There were so many people coming around picking my melons, breaking them and say, they're good, They even ate some. Yeah, the sugar is there, though they are really small. They're too small. This is not what you showed me, the sample. Rita, I was so devastated at that time. I felt really bad. And the same time, the truck guy was rushing me, offload your melons, I need to go. And so, with that discouragement, still, a customer came. Because he was telling me, these pieces you brought are too small. I don't even know if I will sell them. But then we had offloaded some and put them there. And a customer came and asked several watermelons I make. And he responded. So now he was proposing that he will pick 3 pieces and give me 500 shillings.
500?
Yes.
500?
Yes, 500 shillings, that coin. So for 3 pieces of watermelons, he was giving me 500 shillings. But then the lady asks of the same
price.
And he said 6,000.
The 3 of them?
No.
One. Oh.
Him telling the lady the price, 6,000, the lady picks money from her bag and she pays. So I was like, but now, how could you? No, that's only by chance. I don't know if it's going to happen again. That's what he was telling me. And so I had my own money to pay the truck guy. We offloaded all the watermelons. You know, you cannot take back to the garden what
I
you've
know,
already,
you cannot.
you know. And so immediately I didn't have any systems to sell on my own. So I just offloaded the watermelons and left them with him. And he told me, you know what? I don't even have cash on me, but I will sell and send you the money.
Do the money.
And out of that truck, he gave me 20,000 shillings.
Out of the truck, the whole truck.
Yes, he gave me 20,000 and told me he will sell the rest slowly by slowly and send me the money, but he didn't. And so I called, but in my spirit I knew he wasn't going to do that somehow. Though I was just tired, frustrated, I just wanted to leave the market because I was so discouraged by that mass of people coming around. Yes, so I left and consoled myself, said that was a bad guy, I'm not going to go back to him
Again.
Good thing is my garden is still there. Yes.
Okay.
So I got wiser from that point. And the challenge was transportation that I needed to sort, and I knew what to do. I was like, I'm going to go to another market, but this time I'm going to sell the watermelons myself, piece by piece, and on the truck. I didn't need market space. And so there is a market in Busia. It used to be called Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia, yes.
You know it?
Yeah, I know Sophia, yes.
Uh-huh. I took my watermelons
To
there.
Busia district. Interesting. Wow.
So I could leave Mukono, go.
Busia.
And so the agreement with this truck guy was that you're not leaving me until the watermelons
It's
are done.
done.
We're selling together, and I will only pay you when we've sold the watermelons. He agreed.
Right.
Said no problem, we will do it. And so we took the first truck. We sold. Took us about a week. We came back tired. Say we'll go back next week. Like that.
You would do it every day, or
No, we would load like once a week.
Once a week,
Eh,
yes,
It took
yes.
us time to sell
them
what
out.
we had taken,
Yes,
like
yes.
a truckload. But we sold always at reasonable prices, 4K, 5, 3. At least the small ones, 2K.
yeah.
And reasonably you could see money coming, and the value for my hard work was now paying off. So I get to the next 2 acres now. They had
Right.
also become mature,
Right.
and I knew where to go. Hectic work, but you know the money is coming, so you keep going. And finally, by the time I finished the whole 4 acres selling, I had 18.5 million shillings.
18.5. Before you go there, for how long was it, the process you went through? It took you a year, 2 years, 3 years, or it was months? Because
It was actually months, because watermelons take about 4 months to
4
grow.
months.
So the selling process is the one that took another 2 months, because remember they were in stages.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So remember you could take and sell for a week and then come back and pick more like that. I can't really tell you that I sold everything, because there are some that just choose to stay very small, and you don't see why you should take them to the market.
Yes.
But my garden stayed, and people used to come from around the village and pick and say, oh, you want some, eat.
Okay.
It's some kind of principle that I saw in the Bible somehow about what God was telling the Israelites about how they should treat their gardens. Don't harvest everything.
Yeah.
Leave
with
some for the poor.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because the
Okay.
people who are really
Okay.
poor, what you call, how do you call it? Residue, or, okay, not residue as such, but the remains of what you have harvested from. You know, you've picked the good things, and then what remains that you don't really
and
want.
they're not all that bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're always not that bad. Of course, the market rejected the 2 small ones, always.
And the one that is big ones.
And then the big ones always went.
Yeah.
Yes, so that was the principle. But then, now, with my age, with my level of ambition, I thought about coming up with an agricultural company.
An agricultural company.
At that time, I didn't know what exactly it should do. Huh? But now I'm thinking about, now that I've grown these watermelons, you know, they brought me some money, I should come up with a company. And at that time, I remember I used to come to town and sit around City Square, meet a few friends, talk to them. We had dreams, very big dreams, you know, very ambitious young men. There's a friend of mine, he became an architect right now. His name is Alvin. We used to move so closely every now and then, and we came up with that
idea.
Yes.
Okay.
And so we sat sometime at that, by then it was called Hotel City Square. City Square Restaurant, something like that. I don't think it's still there.
No.
But it was there then. We used to sit there, and all you can afford is a soda.
Okay.
But then that soda, you know, brings up ideas,
yeah.
and then you begin thinking, how should we do this? We're just starting a company. What does it take? It's easy. You know, people brought all these different ideas, and they say, oh, this is my, you know, how much shares I should have. And so we began, you know, getting into working with different people. Of course, people come on board with different ambitions altogether. You don't know what they are up to. You who started out with your passion and ambition always have to carry the heavy load of everything. When things fail, it is on you. When things work out, it is all of you. You get? Yes. So Rising Seed now comes into the picture. And the idea, like you can see that logo. It's from. Have you seen a bean seed grow or germinate?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how we got the idea that it is one seed, and it's supposed to keep rising.
Oh, great!
You
great,
get,
great, yeah.
Yes, it's gonna be rising every now and then. We don't know when it's gonna get there, but it should keep rising.
Wow.
Yes. So, but now, you know, you've come up with the idea, you have the name of the company, but what does the company really do? What is it going to do? Where is its offices? And there was a lot to figure out.
Think about.
But still, because the whole story encompasses a young person who is ambitious, who believes. Because there's always that time when, of course, now faith is something that even touches an unbeliever. Only that they just don't know whether they're just practicing it. And of course, when they practice it, even when they are not rooted into God, things work out for them. You know, because it's a principle. Now, you believe something will work. You don't know how it will work. You don't even have the means. So, case in point, look at how God is sending Abraham. Go to a land that I will show you. You know, go.
You don't know why it is, but you have to act.
Now, a land that I will show you, which direction do I take? Jinja Road, Hoima Road, Masaka, where now? So faith is like that. You start. Now, at that same time, we had an idea of a school now. So things are very funny.
I think that's how we can start from after the quick commercial break. Guys, ladies and gentlemen who are watching this coffee break conversation, this is an interesting story I would urge you not to miss. After the quick commercial break, we are starting from here, the school coming in, and how we concluded. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's come back.
This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission. This is Church of Uganda Family TV. Enriching lives. Regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
And welcome back from the quick commercial break. We are still having a beautiful conversation with the CEO of Raising Seeds CO Limited, that is Mr. Daniel Armstrong. And I hope the first segment you have heard his story. Right about now, we want to continue for where we had stopped. He had idea of starting up a company, but again, he had a second idea of starting up a school. So what happened after that?
Yeah, so we were talking about the school coming
Yes.
into play.
Yeah.
And now that's where my brother comes in. I have a brother, my elder brother. His name is also Kaliba, like
Kaliba,
me.
yeah.
Yes. Though it follows Tom Sange, Joseph, then Kaliba. But now, my brother, for him, he was more passionate about the school.
About the school, yes,
Eh?
yes.
More than I could have been. He knew a little bit of what it really took to come up with the first steps. But I could teach.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you know I
So,
could teach? You know, I can teach.
You're good at teaching.
Even now, I think when I go to
Yes.
the school and I needed to speak to him for, something about something, he would tell me, hey, I'm not around, but go to P7. Meanwhile, take them through while I come also, as you wait for me. So the school comes into play. By then he had a girlfriend, Bambi. They were, starting out life.
Okay.
So the girlfriend also was a teacher. They started out in a very, very remote village. And so I usually tell people we started the school with 30,000 shillings, but it's hard for them to believe.
Right.
And that 30,000 is broken down because by then I was driving my sister's car. She had an Ipsam, it was blue in color. I used to drive it every time, People always thought I even owned it, but I didn't. So 10K for fuel.
Okay.
And then 10K for a bucket of paint.
Okay.
And 10K for rent in
Right.
that ugly building. We rented a very ugly building in the village where we were paying 5,000 shillings per month rent. Very ugly, very ugly, very old. It had all these old iron sheets, looking like rust. And so the very first time I go to this village, my brother had already went out and scouted and did all this, and he came up with that building. I said, but among all the buildings we could come up, that this is too ugly. Will parents even give us their children? But we're talking of a remote village anyway, so they are also not used to these nice things. They're too much. And so they are even worried if something looks too good, will they be able to afford it? So we started this school and it became like a light bearer for Rising Seed again. How do I do the integration of these two? What I did for starters was we wanted kids to come. So we're attracting parents to give us children, to teach. But at the same time, we discovered that these parents were really poor. They didn't have money to pay school fees in time. Mind you, the school fees was 15,000. Baby class, baby class, middle and top. They were paying Gumuchitundu. But that was
every time.
Yeah, 3 months. Someone is giving you 5K per month.
Okay.
But that was too expensive for most of them. And so we started that term with 3 kids. We finished that term, we only have 3 kids. 3, 1, 2, 3. We went to second term, we're like, but will this thing work? Meanwhile, remember, for me, I was dabbling as a farmer, so I could leave Mukono,
go to the
come to town, and then cross to Bombo Road, because that school is around 19 miles. They call it 19.
Wow.
So you count. I guess you count from here in town 1, 2, 3, Kawempe 5. You know those things of Kuta, no? Mukaga, like that. It goes up to Kumina Mwenda. That's where you branch off and go to the Tipu village there.
Okay.
Later, 2013 was a year of manifestation in a way. So I sit my brother down. I told him, I have an idea. Since I'm into this farming thing. I've already created Rising Seed. It's going to focus on growing fruits and vegetables. So I had already realized something in the watermelons.
Yeah.
So I wanted to bring the idea of having a wide scale of things done by many people. So I thought to myself, what if I have these parents empowered? I give them seeds, fertilizers, and everything they need to grow something that I must buy from them.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I look out for the market and sell, and we all get money. That was my idea.
Okay.
So with Rising Seed, we had already opened up offices in Gayaza with my mom's house.
Great.
My mom.
Wow.
My mom is a strong woman. I talked to her. I told her, Mama, this house is too big.
I know, that's make a lot of sense.
Yes, I need the living room. So you guys stay there. I need the
Okay.
living room to be Rising Seed officers. And she accepted, Bambi. I don't know what kind of face she had. She accepted and she was like, no problem. And I came up with a very big signpost.
Okay.
Which could even light at night.
Right.
Rising Seed Company. In the living room of my mother's house.
Right.
So with that, we were established there. We could have our farmers come there, give ourselves advice about things, and then so many ideas started, coming into play. We got to know that we could export these fruits and vegetables,
Yeah.
so we became an exporting company.
Great.
Even now we are,
Nice.
though I'm trying to build it in a much more better way than it was before. So now the school, I get the parents, we sit them down, say, okay, all parents who want to give us kids, come. Even if you don't have a kid, just come.
Just come.
We have a meeting. We sat them down in this ugly building. And so we used the blackboard that before we teach your kids, let's teach you something. We taught them. And I was there with chalk. I was, writing, say green pepper. If I gave you seeds of green pepper and you planted that bell pepper,
Yeah.
And then when you plant, I give you the pesticides, all these things that you need to grow, and then you must sell to me. How does that sound? So they were like, okay, but won't you cheat us? Won't you take our produce and never give us money? All that doubt always comes with systems. So still that is another thing that anyone who wants to start out something should put in mind. In most cases, you have a brilliant idea.
Okay.
You're so ambitious. Actually, your intentions are really good. But people do not perceive good things the way you bring them out. Yeah. So I got about 53 people.
53 people.
Yes.
Okay.
And I gave them seeds according to their acreage because they were using their land. You have land, you want to farm, I give you the seeds. I say, okay, I have an acre, I give you, let's say like 5 tins. You're going to use those. If you have like a smaller plot, I give you 1. But some people sold the seeds again. And so it moved on from green pepper to beans also. I could buy the bean seeds and give them, plant the beans. You can have beans also have good money. And some people went and washed off that chemical we used to treat them, and they cooked the beans for eating. So that's the challenge of dealing with people who are really, really starving in a way. So you see an idea, you see growth, but for them they see survival. So there are some things we had gotten used to. For us, we found a way of surviving, the hard way. Yeah. And so we always had to sacrifice that little money. So imagine, you think about it, you're a young man. You could buy all these fancy clothes, you could go to clubs, you could do all these funny things, drink and get wasted. But then you choose to say, I'm going to invest the little money I get, not for fancy shoes or anything. And so there's always that. And unfortunately, most people need to know this still, that while you're young, the Bible talks about enjoy your youth. It doesn't mean get stupid, it doesn't mean stop thinking. Because unfortunately, this is the age where you should actually work the hardest. And it's so unfortunate that it's the time when you're very, very you have an undeveloped brain. Science tells us that it's only until someone gets 25 that their brain is fully developed from the back to the frontal lobe.
Right.
So think about it. You're not even 25 yet. Get people around you that can help you, away from getting the influence of your fellow stupid people. I'm using the word stupid in quotes because literally I also searched about the meaning of a word. It's not that bad. Being stupid is not that bad. You're being slow to understand. Yeah. But your being slow to understand is costly. It's very costly. And life has a very brutal way of always teaching us the same lessons over and over again. For as long as you don't understand for the first time you're taught. You get. So you pick a lesson, you refuse to learn from it, it will teach you again. Another experience comes back. It's like a girl getting pregnant for the one man. She fails to learn that,
outcomes of this. Yes.
She gets pregnant for another man. And another man. So you count, in 5 years she has 5 kids in a row, different fathers. None of them is willing to take care of any of their children. You're not learning. There's something wrong with your brain. You should have learned the first time. And so it gets us to that statement also where they say experience is the best teacher. But is it the best? It's not. It can't be your own experience being the best teacher. It should be someone else's experience. That's why they say something happened to those people in the Bible. We should learn from them. Not to say, oh, David had multiple women and he was accepted by God, so therefore I could do the same, Look at the consequences that came with it. One action, so many things. But then, we're getting back to the point. These people grow the green pepper, and I started buying it from them as promised. Not everyone, out of 53 people, I got about 13. Yes. Okay. So I was disappointed because I had really looked out for a big market. Of course the investment also, but much more to the market inclination now, because I had promised people in Dubai, I am going to be giving you green pepper every month, talking about big weights. But then I couldn't do that. I couldn't deliver the 2 tons per week that I had promised. So I lost out on the Dubai market because of that. And I started looking local. I went to Nakasero again. I had some 3 women who were buying from me. Very friendly women, Bambi. I no longer have contacts with them, but they were very, very friendly. They used to call me. And then I even supplied some supermarkets around. But the people were getting the money. Meanwhile, what we wanted had been achieved. What we wanted was that the parents of the kids can have an income, at least that they can pay the school 15,000. And so our school population started rising from there.
Great.
You realize how the whole system came about? There was a whole year actually of testing this. I can't say just 4 months because the green pepper takes about 4 months, and then you can harvest it for the next 4. Good stuff coming out of your garden if you take care of them really well. But then you see, now that's a whole year for us to see this model come through. We don't have land yet. It's an ugly building we're still working with. And so from 3 kids we jumped to about 12.
Okay.
And the number kept on fluctuating. You lose some, you get others. You get. So we came up with a timber structure in front of this ugly building to cater for the next class that was coming. That's after a year. Now we're into 2014. Yes. So that taught us a lot still. That, coming up with something should be, allow yourself time. Don't put yourself on pressure. Especially for a school to succeed, you need at least 10 years.
You can imagine.
Yes, for you to see that it's making sense. 10 years. And since then, the 10 years have passed. So think about 2013 and this is 2025. So that's about 12 years.
12 years. Okay.
And right now the school has about 450, 500. The population is around that. And now where we started with the ugly building, we have 2 acres of land now. We kept on buying. The neighbors going down. Rita, resilience. The pressure, because now we got into borrowing loans, and even the loan system is not very good.
For a start, maybe in the middle,
I wouldn't say ever.
Ever. No one loves loans.
But
the
look,
circumstances
if I was asked to give personal advice to someone who thinks that loans could help them, scale up and increase output or so, I won't give that advice to them. And the problem is always that you don't determine the terms with which you borrow. That's the worst of things to begin with. Then the second one is payback time, which is actually worse than the first one. Before you determine the terms with which you borrow, you don't actually dictate when you should feel like, tell this person who is giving you the loan that I will pay you after 5 years. That's healthy time. You give me a loan, I've started my business. How many clients do I have to start with? You don't know. You get it? And then I give you a fake picture because you asked me for all these things. But remember, my idea is to get the money, so I will do whatever it takes. I can manipulate numbers. Of course, I'm not being true to myself, which is also going to cost me. But you're also in business. You're the one who is lending me money. So I must fulfill your idea that you're working, but I'm also working, but I'm lying to myself. So payback time is a problem.
It's a problem.
You cannot borrow money this month. Today is 16th. And then you have to pay 16th next month.
It's impossible.
What has that money even done?
Now we will be out there asking, now Daniel, now what should I do? I have the idea, I have this and this, but now because the problem is people, I think they related to the capital. I don't have capital.
Yes.
Because many desire to start a business, but the capital, can I call it a disease or something which is kind of limiting to the most of them? Like how you have said you began with 30,000, people may think it's really impossible. They think having 2M, 3M, more than that, and before let go the little money they have in their pockets to start up a business. I think that's why they need to be helped on.
I think with that is that for starters, you need to be able to be passionate about what you want to start. Passion should lead you, but also discipline now. Discipline to be able to endure the pains of what your passion brings about.
The sacrifice.
Now, it gets to a point where you must have the resilience of what is pushing you. The pain that comes with it is like thinking about it. Other people are sleeping, but meanwhile, for you don't have the sleep because you have a dream. You have a vision that keeps you awake. So you get up earlier than everyone else, and you sleep way later than they have slept. You forget about every other thing that they are doing. Leave alone the fancy dresses, leave alone, get out of all that. Cut off certain so-called friends.
I know.
Utilize your time and then build loyalties. Because now, if I could tell you, of course it's not true that was the only money we used. 30,000 wasn't the only money, but only give you the leap of faith that it took.
Yes.
However, there are people around the community that are going to help you because you disciplined, you behave well. Having you is a blessing to them. But you've seen people who you don't want to associate with even a minute. From what they say, from how they dress. The way they appear alone forces you to be like, I don't want to be around that person. So you need to be the kind of person who is first of all going to attract people. And having people creates wealth. I used to have an uncle. He was the headmaster. You should know him. He was the headmaster of King's College Budo. He died some time back, but he had that saying that bera n'abantu ofune ebintu. abantu baleeta ebintu. Think about it. It's only when you have people that you will know what goes on where you are not. Someone will call you and tell you, hey, Dan, the price of maize here is this much. You're not there. But you have that person. Someone will tell you, you know what? There's land here, they're selling it. It's cheap. Do you want it? You have people. And let me add, these people who wish well for you.
Not the hypocrites.
Of course, now everyone can get used by God at a certain stage for a purpose. People always turn. A good person can become the devil at some point. But it doesn't matter. What they did at a particular time led you somewhere. And them turning into the devil should be a lesson for you to learn. Think about it. We're not living in a perfect world. And every bad thing that happens to you, remember also God tested to see if you can endure the bad situations. So, where does my brother sleep while we are renting a very ugly house for the school? He sleeps in an uglier house down on Echiwempe.
Can imagine.
With his then wife. I say wife because she wasn't a wife anyway. But that endurance. And for me, it took me the back and forth. I kept on coming, collecting information from town, and I was at a certain point I doubled as a teacher too. Because after like 3 years we got to P7. We were forced to climb those classes quickly. We thought we could add a class every year, but then in about 3 years we got a P7. And this P7 was so bad. You know, these kids that have not studied, you know, there are some schools which just, I don't know how they do it. They say they are schools, but
they're not schools.
So we had those kids. Rita, now I had to pull out my P7 style of teaching. I was in a school called Stella Maris.
Yes.
At Stella Maris, there was a man and men who taught us with fire. And imagine, we were not dumb. But there was need for the fire. So now I get these kids that are, you give them work, they don't even copy the examples, they're just there. It's like they don't want, but they want.
And how to put in that fire.
Fire came. And I had to, because look, we wanted the good grades. We wanted school to succeed. And we were broke. There's nothing as bad as being taught by a broke teacher who wants things to work. Young, broke, ambitious, you know, all these things, passionate, out there to get the dream complete by any means possible. So you, who is supposed to be the means,
and you're kind of,
you should be prepared for the fire. And so these kids brace themselves for it. The good thing with it is that they were positive anyway. They knew they were weak, but they endured through the methods that we applied. There was something that they took us through. Our teachers could teach up to second term and ensure that we had done everything that we were supposed to learn by second term ending. So third term was all about
revision.
Papers, tests, revision, every now and then. Trust me, we go to UNEB with a lot of confidence. For me, I did my math paper in about 45 minutes.
Can you imagine?
Because when the paper started, I got a very, very bad stomach. So they pulled me out of the paper because, look, this is the mistake they did. Candidates, you get. So we've been eating our kaunga every day, Partial beans. But now, because we became favorites at the end, hey, our candidates, they are going to sit exams, let's give them some meat. They gave us rice, meat, and matoke. And trust me, I believe my stomach wasn't just used to that. And so I got that reaction. And while seated in that paper, I tried to say Okwekaza, dry myself, right? But things refused. It was too bad. I I raised my hand. Say what, invigilator? I'm here struggling. He was like, Kiki, my stomach aches a lot. What can we do? But remember, you know what they had told us about the invigilators of those days? Mbo, they are always from the army, they are tough, they don't listen. So that. But now the stomach overcame that. Yeah, so he took me out. He took me to a hospital just next to our school. It was a school called St. Mary's, opposite Mubende Hospital. They got me drugs. I took them, and I got fine. So I stayed out of the paper. We're talking UNEP. People were writing, and I was seated out. He told me, take your time. When you feel better, you tell me, I take you back. I sat out. 1 hour went. We used to do papers for 2.5 hours. An hour passed. People were worried. They were like, Wanange, this guy is going to fail and stuff. But then, after like an hour, I told him, you can take me back. He took me back, and I did my paper. 45 minutes, I was done. And so he came to me. I was like, are you done? He actually thought I had failed. He saw me bending my head to the desk. I was like, you are done. But then I told him, I have finished.
The paper.
That paper was too easy. I even remember number 1. It was multiply, 2 times 3. And they had arranged it vertically. And all you had was to write 6 and go on.
Right, then your time is not on our side, but of course, one advice, and we'll have you back and we have more conversation about this. One advice to the viewers out there.
Okay, this is what I want to say. It's important that you know, first of all, let's have these in points. Point 1, start something while you're still young. It's important to start while you're still young. And young, I'm talking about as long as you understand. And it goes back to the parents. Parents, please do something that you can teach your kids from home. Something commercial, not just about washing dishes or washing clothes. Whereas all that is important, teach them something that will get them money from a young age. So, starting from the ages of about 12, where independence is coming up, you're a teen, you understand things, work out a plan to do something. It doesn't matter. What you start will fail for the very first time, but you need to do it again and learn. Everything in life is about learning. Everything. Rita, you will discover that even the simplest idea is complex in itself. That if you looked deep into it, there's so much for you to get. So much. Think about, for instance, someone who came up with an idea that beans can be made into powder. Think about it. For the longest time, people have been growing beans and selling fresh, dry. That's it. But you think deep into what is in this bean. What is the nutritional value of this bean? What can I get? How can I preserve it? Where can I sell better? All those things, And at the end of the day, you should be able to make a difference. 2, don't get stuck in one system. We're used to, when I study, get my degree, if things don't work out, go back for a master's. Still, if things don't work out, I go for a PhD. What are you really chasing? At the end of the day, the world needs to see what you've come up with. What have you come up with? And you market it and you become something successful. Yes.
All right, thank you so much. That has been Mr. Daniel Armstrong Kaliva. I think that's the name for your clan, of your family. The CEO of Rising Seed, CEO Limited in Mukono District. So it's a good pleasure. Thank you so much. And I do believe we have learned and we are still learning. We are bringing for you to you different groups of people who have a success. Oige Otegiri. And if you are out there been watching us, even after this program, I urge you, we are on the YouTube channel, Church of Uganda Family TV. Throw in your question and comment what you want to find about. Don't fear to set up a business. Determination, resilience, and passion, you'll be able to overcome whatever you are wanting to do in life. My name is Rita Nandira. Thank you so much for watching. Allow me to wish you a blessed Thursday. See you then. Bye-bye.